white man colonized Africa, first there was slavery. When slavery ended, colonization basically took off, right? So first we're going to steal your people.
Right.
Once we done making them work for free, we're going to come into Africa and make y'all work for free and rob you. Now, there was a revolution to push the white man out. Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana led the way, with Ghana in 1957 becoming the first African country to gain independence post-colonialism. And post-colonialism is basically a non-emotional word, to describe a very inhumane thing, such as the rape, exploitation, and dehumanization of people in their indigenous habitat. See, the white man puts words on things to kill the emotion behind it. Somebody say slavery. Well, slavery, that don't sound too bad. Colonialism, no. But when you see what they did,
then that's what makes the difference.
That's what makes the difference. So they pushed the white man out. But on the way out the door, the white man started sabotaging all the infrastructure that he built in Africa. So guess what he was doing? Blowing up his own buildings, poisoning the water.
I leave nothing.
I'm going to leave nothing. Since y'all kicking me out, I'm going to leave everything that I built, because I didn't build it for y'all. I built it for me to exploit y'all. So then the Africans said, wait, we need these buildings. We need the railroad. We need that. We need the shit. What you doing? The white man said, well, if you need it, you got to pay me. Whoa. Y'all been robbing us for a century. You done stole diamonds, gold, coltan, oil, animals, plants. What I got to pay? If you don't want me to destroy this any further, sign the contract that you're going to pay me for all this infrastructure. That's how Africa got put into debt. When people say, if the white man robbed us blind, why do we owe him? All African nations are in debt to European nations right now. This very moment. Everyone. You say, how can that be when they done robbed us of people? And they robbed us of resources? How can we owe y'all? Because on the way out the door, they were destroying.
Pay me or kill.
Pay me, I'm going to destroy your whole infrastructure. Reluctantly, we had no option, so we signed.
Godly.
And then the white man said, on top of paying me for this infrastructure, if you need any money to build up your new independent country, you need schools, you need hospitals, you need jobs, you need factory, you need medicine, paper, pens, pencils, whatever you need, I'm going to loan you the money. But here's 3 things you're going to do. Number 1, I'm going to charge you 1,000% interest. If you ever want to know why the more money Africa get, the worse off Africa is because the interest on the loan, you can't pay it back in a million years.
It's too deep.
It's too deep to pay back. So basically, you're not purchasing a loan. You're purchasing slavery. Every time an African nation accepts a loan from abroad, they are in essence giving up a part of their freedom.
What are they getting loans for?
For infrastructure.
Oh, to just
exactly. Because remember now, when you took over the country, you had no bank, you had no reserve, you had no credit line. You feel me? It's like I just came into this office right now and kicked you out because you stole it from me. You start blowing up all the speakers and whoa. He said, all right, you want me to leave it? You're going to pay me for it. Then you leave. I still got what you left. But you did some damage to it. I got to repair that, and I got the bill on top of that.
To pay.
Because remember, when you was running my country, you only did what you needed to do to exploit the resources. You didn't give us no schools. You ain't give us no houses. You could give
nothing about that.
Hell, you would kill us if we didn't. You follow? So I need money. Who gonna? We ain't got no line of credit because this is the first day of the new country.
Got to go to the same individuals
that destroyed you, robbed you, raped you, enslaved you, colonized you, and take out a loan. So you know what they gonna do? They gonna set the terms in such a way that every time you come back for more money, all you doing is giving me more control over your decision-making power. So the first thing they do is they're going to charge you 1,000% interest. This is why with every loan, Africa gets in worse condition. With every loan, Africa gets in worse condition. Second thing they're going to do, they got something called structural adjustment programs. You know what that means? That means we're going to dictate how you're going to run your economy. And the first thing we're going to dictate is you must not prohibit any European businesses from coming into your country to operate their businesses and sell to your people. Why is that a problem? Because it means I cannot protect any homegrown national industries. Let me give you an example. You in Ghana, right? In Ghana, let's say you got palm oil. Senegal, you got salt. Zambia, you got tea. Nigeria, you got coffee. Right? So you might say, I got my own coffee. I don't need Maxwell House. I got my own tea. I don't need Lipton. I got my own salt. I don't need Morton's. I got my own chicken. I don't need Purdue.
Right.
White man said, the terms of this loan mean you must have a free market economy. When you hear the word free market economy, you know what that means?
Mean whoever had the most money win.
Exactly. Yeah. So guess what? I can't compete with Morton Salt.
Yeah.
They can grow it quicker. They can refine it. They can sell it cheap. You follow?
Right.
So now you got a national company owned by the government competing in their own country with a foreign company selling the same thing.
With government backing.
So when you go to Africa, you say, why are Africans in Senegal buying Morton Salt from America when Senegal is known for its salt? Because when Morton comes to Senegal, they can sell the native salt industry lower price, quicker, more, and they put you out of business.
Yeah.
That's why you got African countries that grow tea, importing tea from Europe.
Crazy.
You got your own chicken. You importing chicken from America with all these chickens you got. Why? Because you can't compete with them. They sabotage your economy. Now you dependent on them.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Now you dependent.
Yeah.
And then the third thing they do, so you got your structural adjustment, which basically sabotage your economy.
Right.
1,000% interest, sabotage your freedom.
Right.
And then they got this new thing that came in under Obama. It was already there, but Obama made it stronger, and that is population control planning. Oh, yes, brother. Oh, yes. You know what this means? You want this money? You're going to do three things. Number one, birth control, abortion, and hysterectomy must be made freely available to the women. Oh, yes. You're going to push birth control. Yes. Yes. You're going to push contraceptives. Yes. Yes. You're going to push hysterectomy. In fact, you're going to pay black women to get their insides taken. Oh, yes. When I was in South Africa, I'll never forget it, 2005, my first time there. I've been there many times since. On the way to the airport, there was a big billboard. It said, hysterectomies, $500 we will pay you. Did you hear that? You don't have to pay us. We're going to give you $500 to get your reproductive system taken out. And guess what? Because of the economy that has been created in Africa by the white man, a lot of our sisters go for it because economically it's so stressful to live. African poverty is nothing like black American poverty.
Right.
Go to the worst hood in America, the worst hood. It can't compete with a ghetto in Johannesburg, a ghetto in Ghana, a ghetto in Sierra Leone. Brother, it don't even begin to compete with it. You see, you're talking about poverty on a whole new level. So you got a young black girl struggling, already got 2 kids. White man saying, I'll give you $500 if you let me take out your reproductives. But what he ain't going to tell you is when he take out your reproductives, he probably going to put some cancer or some AIDS in you.
Shit,
you see?
Yeah.
So, and then the LBGT, that's why that's being pushed in Africa too, under Obama. Remember, it was Barack Obama who went to the president of Uganda and Liberia, and I think Tanzania. And I was in Liberia around that time that crisis kicked, and Obama threatened many African nations. Those are just 3 that come to mind because those presidents stood up and said, you don't come here and tell us how to run our culture. We've been around this is the president of Uganda. I'm paraphrasing. He said, we've been around 2 million years. Who are you to come to my country and tell me that I have to make it legal for a man to marry a man? We are African. That is not how we build families. If y'all want to do that in Europe or America, you do that in Europe and America. And Obama said, if you don't make gay marriage legal, we will cut off your aid. Here's the question. Why does an American president give a damn as to whether or not an African country legalizes homosexuality? Because through the legalization of homosexuality, you control the black population growth rate. Homosexuality is birth control. Lesbianism is birth control. And it is a more powerful form of birth control than any pill or any contraceptive. This is an extermination. See, we've had 4 periods in our sojourn in America.